What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at a new smart ring from a company called Circul, and this ring aims to change the one major issue with all of these other smart rings on the market is the fact that it's very hard to choose what your size is. As your finger expands and contracts throughout the day and the weeks, it just makes it very, very difficult without any type of standard to choose the right ring size. Well, with only 4 ring sizes to choose from, small, medium plus, and large, Circul is changing the game and making it a lot simpler to choose your ring size. And oh yeah, there's only 4 sizes for a reason. This ring actually expands to fit your finger as it expands throughout the day. As you can see, guys, I'm pulling it apart. It's got a nice little mechanism inside there to help this ring kind of move along with your own body. It's not all roses when it comes to the smart ring, as I'll tell you at the end of the video here. But a couple specs that you do want to know about this ring is it does have a pretty impressive battery life at about 5 days. And I've been testing this for the past month, and Circul claim about the 4 to 7 day type of range. 5 days is pretty much smack dab right in the middle. And as far as smart ring goes, that's actually not too bad as far as I'm concerned. But the great thing is the fact that they also give you a little charging case. And more manufacturers have to include a charging case when it comes to smart rings. So plopping your ring inside the case is going to give you an extra 120 hours of juice. Perfect for when you're traveling, perfect for your bedside table, perfect for just any time you need a little bit of a top up. USB-C, of course, because we're in that era where USB-C of things is a thing. So if you found this video useful, leave a thumbs up as that helps me out. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Leave a comment if I missed something that you're interested in. Now the Circul Ring, guys, a couple things I want to let you guys know about. It does have 24/7 monitoring, so it is going to monitor your heart rate. It is going to monitor your blood oxygen levels. And this is one of the first smart rings that's actually validated with clinical grade sleep apnea testing. And I'll show you all of this when we get inside of the application. The application is actually pretty good as well. But this has a lot of great features to it if you're interested in maybe your first smart ring. The Circul Ring will track just about everything from your heart rate, sleep tracking, monitor your stress levels, your blood oxygen levels as well. And the great thing about the Circul Ring is there's no subscription to worry about. You buy it once and forget about it. And I've got about 2 updates or 3 updates so far, so they are pushing out updates to this ring. But let's go ahead. I want to show you the application because this is where you're going to spend most of your time when it comes to the Circul Ring. Once again, guys, this is one of the first adaptive smart rings that is on the market right now. And it's a pretty cool idea. But let's go ahead and check out the application. I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Going ahead and taking a look at the software of the Circul Ring. It's a decent software, guys. I mean, there's just about every metric that you'd want from a ring in this price point. Now, I am going to give you my final thoughts on this ring because I have been using it for about a month or so. And I just want to give you my thoughts on it because I do have a couple improvements, couple areas where I think they could improve upon the actual ring itself. But the software, I don't have any complaints with. It actually does, again, a decent job. So let's go over some of the data points that you'll get. Now, they do mention that the heart rate monitoring and your blood oxygen monitoring intervals are about 1 second. But upon opening up the application, you will see at the top your real-time monitoring. So right now, my heart rate's about 77, and you can actually count the 1 second intervals. You can see the flashing of 1 second. Blood oxygen is about 98, so well within range. And some other rings that I've tested, the blood oxygen was way out of whack, so I am happy to see that this is actually doing a really good job when it comes to these metrics here. So if we go on to the next screen, you can go ahead and connect the Circul app with iOS or with your Android Health application. Now, as far as exercise goes, this can automatically record an exercise as long as you give it the right permissions. So right now it did record that I was outside walking. And if you click on it, you'll see just about the most relevant information, just about the information you get from any health product. You can see your heart rate for that activity, your calories burned, your maximum heart rate, and the amount of steps. And you do get a nice graph. Again, I like seeing graphs. I like to just visually see where my heart rate was. And this is a good way to do that. You'll see your average, your max, and your lowest. And then you also see your step count right here. So I actually do like that it is broken down into little intervals. So you can see my max step count was 125, lowest was 6, and the total was 1,598. You'll also see your intensity levels right at the bottom there. And it also will give you a little bit of advice. So this one is saying general exercise consumption. Consume 200 calories a day will not lead to weight loss. Again, this is all kind kind of generic AI generated stuff. And if we see an activity that it can record, it's outdoor running, outdoor walking, indoor running, outdoor cycling, swimming, and an anaerobic exercise as well. Now swimming is coming soon, as you can see. This is 5 ATM rated. I am not a swimmer, guys, but a lot of you do like swimming with your ring. And thanks to this innovative design where it kind of just, once again, expands just like this, kind of get really close, so see if you guys can see it. It is going to stay on your finger as you do swim. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I do like this idea. I think it's a really good idea, but more of my thoughts on that in just a little bit. Now, mainly what I use a smart ring for is sleep tracking. I don't like wearing a watch personally. It's just a little bit too cumbersome, and it's just not something that I enjoy wearing. It does interrupt my sleep personally, so a ring is the perfect accessory to help you do that. When it comes to sleep tracking, I think the Circul Ring does a decent job. Now, in the beginning, it told me my sleep score was 100 for the first 2 or 3 days. I think it was the ring just kind of adjusting itself and trying to get to know my body. So I'm happy to tell you guys that after wearing this for about a month again, it is adjusting to my body. So you can see on Saturday, it said optimal at 94. You can see your heart rate variability, your average heart rate right there. It also gives you a little bit of insight onto your sleep. So it does say my sleep recovery changed significantly last night. So again, I like seeing that it's keeping up to date with me. And here's my sleep recovery. You can see that graph right at the bottom there. So it does show you where you need a little bit more rest, you're balanced, or if you're at your peak sleep recovery right there. Here's your heart rate variability. So you get nice graphs once again. Now, for those of you that want to know all about this stuff, it's great to see that it's here. Here's my skin temperature. It went up just a little bit. And here's my average heart rate as well. So again, you can see a graph over the specified period of time of how your heart rate is doing and whatnot. This will track sleep apnea as well, so you do have to start this before you go to sleep. Just go ahead and click this button, and it's going to start your sleep apnea recording. When you do track sleep apnea, guys, this is what you'll see on your sleep page. Once again, you'll see your time of sleep, your body movements, everything like that. Here's your ODI, so it'll tell you if it's normal or if you have any oxygen desaturation. So I'm in the normal zone, and again, I do not have any sleep apnea. You can see that there on the graph. So everything is fine with sleep apnea. I like seeing more information than I know what to do with personally, guys. So if you guys are interested in that, it does track sleep apnea. So the app does a good job once again. Now going back, guys, you can just see on the home page, you get this brief overview of what happened. So last night, my total sleep time was 9 hours and 58 minutes. Sleep efficiency was 90%, average blood oxygen was 97, so everything's well within range. Now looking at your activity goal, once again, I like the rings. Everyone's doing the ring data. It's just kind of easy to look at your ring and see how well you're performing to what you're trying to do. So you can see how many active calories you burned, how many steps, how many hours you were active as well. And if you go into it, once again, you can see all the graphs that you need. And if you set any goals, you'll see if you actually attain those goals or whatnot. So clicking on the goal settings, you can change the goal settings here, guys. Same with the heart rate graph, you can see it right at the bottom. And again, at the bottom, you'll see your stress versus energy. And the more you use this over time, the more it's going to generate more accurate statistics about your stress level versus your energy level. As far as more settings to come, this will have an arrhythmia analysis as well as tracking your menstrual cycle, and there is a blood pressure study as well. That's been a look at the Circul Ring application. Now I just want to talk to you about my thoughts on using this ring for the past month or so. Battery life has been stellar at about 5 days. I think that's on the higher end when it comes to smart rings. I've had some that only last 3 or 4. There are others that last 9 or 10. So 5 is pretty much right smack dab in the middle. I can't complain about 5 days of battery life. Now overall, I think the feel and the look of the ring is just a little bit on the cheap side. It doesn't feel like that premium product, and because the ring actually does adapt to your finger and is able to expand, and the manufacturing process doesn't allow them to put a nice soft resin on the inside. Like some other rings, you get a very soft premium titanium alloy finish, and it just looks very, very attractive. This ring, on the other hand, just kind of looks like any ordinary smart ring that you'd find on the market. And the inside is a little bit on the rough side, to be quite honest with you. I mean, you can see the heart rate scanner on the inside there. It just kind of protrudes, and it is a little bit scratchy. I don't want to call it sharp because nothing is digging into my finger, but you do feel that roughness on the inside of this ring here. and that's not really that premium feel that you want. Again, for about 200 bucks, I think this is kind of, again, maybe smack dab in the middle. Some rings are at that 400, some rings are about the 300. So about the 200, 250 range, depending on when you watch this video. It's kind of on par with the price point, but I wish they would just make it look a little bit more premium, use some more premium materials, and figure out a way to maybe cover the sensor with a resin to make it feel a little bit smoother. Again, that's just the general gist about this product. Even the charging case is just a little on the chintzy size, to be quite honest with you guys. It's just a plastic type of case. I don't feel that this is going to last all that long, to be quite honest. I mean, the more I play with it, I throw it in my bag the wrong way. I think this lid is just going to pop off. It's just not a premium feeling product. Now, that being said, I think the application is pretty decent. I don't have any issues with the application. It gives you enough insight into your health, and the tracking seems to be pretty on par with some of my other devices. So I think for a product, again, if you're in between smart rings or you actually like the styling is all subjective. It all depends on what you think looks good and what you think doesn't. I think they've narrowed it down pretty nicely. Again, in between smart rings, just not one fits. Don't waste money on a ring that doesn't fit. Your stats are going to be all off because the ring doesn't fit. So 4 sizes fits all is the motto. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in another video. I'm out.